Gavin Andrews asking the questions there. So, George, Jim, Keith, what are we thinking? Looking at the starting 11, the managers picked. George, if I come to you first, could he have made many more changes than that, given the players out?
No, I don't think so. The three players missing are massive. Ballard in both boxes, and Bradley's energy up and down the the right wing back area. But for me, maybe I actually thought Defeni might have started left wing back, but with Ali McCann, late withdrawal as well. Defeni slotting in the middle of the picture. He plays there for his club team, so it's a natural position for him. It's a big game for Devlin coming in the right hand side. Hopefully he can give us the sort of energy that Bradley can as well, not just defensively, but to get us up the pitch tonight, we're going to need our wing backs to get into the game. And Galbraith and Price slightly higher up. Galbraith getting on the ball, and Isaac hopefully maybe setting the goal up or getting on the score sheet.
Jim, your manager's hat on. How do you think Michael O'Neill is approaching this game? Is it going to be 11 men behind the ball and patient, or how does he set up?
Well, patience is going to be key. Discipline and shape is going to be key. But also there has to be a threat. If you don't carry a threat, Italy will pounce on that. He has picked a team, as he says, for athleticism. He has picked a team that can get up and down the pitch. They're going to need that, but they're going to have to have quality as well, and good teams sense fear if they keep giving the ball away.
The teams are in the tunnel. So just very briefly, there's been so much chatter about the stadium. Keith, does it give Northern Ireland advantage, a smaller stadium? I'm looking for positives here.
Well, we spoke about this before, and it obviously benefits Italy as well. It benefits us, that smaller stadium rather than a big San Siro, what have you. But they wouldn't have picked it if it wasn't going to benefit them. There's no doubt about that.
The San Siro, where they failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, losing to Sweden, losing the 2022 playoff against North Macedonia in a smaller stadium, Palermo. This one, a smaller stadium again, 25,000. What are we thinking, prediction-wise? Are there optimists in the room with me tonight?
Listen, for me, Northern Ireland have to... the last few games, the first 10-15 minutes, they always seem to start strong and then sort of certainly away from home, drop back. But tonight they need to be compact, not concede early against Italy, and then hopefully try and work themselves into the game and get themselves higher up the pitch.
Yeah, totally agree with that. They have to be resilient, especially early on. I think they have to withstand that and then come back with a little bit of what they got themselves.
Keith?
Yeah, but I think, they're obviously going to have a lot of possession, and, when we have possession, we've got to be good with it. We don't want to be giving the ball away stupidly. And I think, set pieces are going to be key for us when we are up the pitch, because you're not going to play through Italy.
The size of the task at hand. We all can't wait for kick-off. The players are making their way out. It's time that we hand over to our commentary team, taking you through the action tonight. John O'Neill. But first, Joel Taggart.
Well, Bergamo is on me. That's what Gennaro Gattuso said. He had the choice of here or the San Siro. The venues are getting gradually smaller for these playoff matches, but the size of the challenge for Northern Ireland is enormous. Trying to get to a World Cup, this Italy manager has the weight of a nation on his shoulders, and that's by his own admission. Those his words. Can Northern Ireland, though, produce their greatest ever World Cup performance since Spain in 1982? That is the size of the task facing Michael O'Neill and his players. If they do manage to get a result tonight, without doubt, it will be their greatest World Cup result since that famous night when Jerry Armstrong scored that only goal. Thoughts from John O'Neill shortly, but first we're going to pause for the anthems. Well, we knew there was an element of pressure on this Italian team, but it's only when you get here that you actually realise. Some of the newspapers here this morning were showing photographs of children, and the headlines along the lines, "Don't deny this generation the chance to miss another World Cup." I mean, the pressure that is on this group of players to right the wrongs of the last two playoffs is huge. And John, I mean, it is incredible when you think that since Italy won the World Cup last, 2006, they've won one game at a World Cup finals since then. In their defence, they didn't win any. The following year they won one group match, and the next two they didn't qualify. For a nation of that football standing, it's devastating, and you feel it. Everybody you speak to, there's this nervousness around the place. Surely this can't happen again.
Well, what you're saying is true, Joel. I mean, I grew up with the great, Italian sides. The names rolled off your tongue, like the Bareses, the Maldinis, the Sciarras, the Rossis, and to be fair to these players, they are not in the same class as them. But having said that, they're all Serie A players. They're all Champions League players, and the ones that are playing the Premier Division. But you're right that you can feel it around the town. There is a nervousness there, and I'm going to state the blatantly obvious, Joel. But the longer this game goes on, and Northern Ireland are still in it, that's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the players are going to have to deal with it. Where our lads, to be honest, we've got nothing to lose. Having said that, these players are 2 games away from reaching the World Cup finals. Now they're going to be 2 very tough games, but you always have a chance. And in a lot of the games that we went into, that I was fortunate enough to play in, we weren't sure whether we were going to get a result either, but we did it. Somehow we managed it.
Well, we're going to have a moment's reflection before the game in honour of the former Italy striker Giuseppe Savoldi, who died today at the age of 79. He started and ended his career here in Bergamo with Atalanta, also represented Bologna and Napoli in Serie A, scoring 168 top-flight goals in total, and is regarded to have been the first £1 million footballer in the world. Moment of silence for Giuseppe Savoldi, recognised as the world's first £1 million footballer back in the days, John, of Lira. 1975, a record transfer, 2 billion lira, which was equivalent to approximately £1.2 million at the time. He was one goal scorer. Italy have a few. The question for Northern Ireland is, John, where do the goals come from tonight? If they're going to get a chance, who do we want it to fall to?
Well, the obvious person is Isaac Price. I mean, we've said it along, Joel. He scores goals out of nothing. He doesn't be in the game for long periods of time, and most of the goals he scores are quite dramatic goals. I think that's part of the problem with the fact that we're missing Dan Ballard, Joel, because from set pieces, I think we had a chance there. Having said that, I've just took a look at Kane, Joel. I didn't realise he was such a big player, and that's another reason why Dan Ballard might be missed tonight. Outside of Donnarumma, he looks like the biggest player on the side.
Well, we're up and running. Pierce Charles, early kick. It's a long one forward. Nodded down into the penalty area in the general direction of Jamie Donnelly. And Donnarumma gets his first touch. Giant, impressive figure that he is, all in yellow tonight, patrolling that penalty area already. And if it does go the distance, remember, we could have extra time. We could have a penalty shootout tonight. My goodness, what an imposing figure he would be between the posts if you were a Northern Ireland player stepping forward to take a penalty in those circumstances. Who knows what will happen tonight? You'll hear it all here on BBC Radio Ulster and BBC Sounds as the night progresses.
I'm not sorry. I was just going to say, John, I'm not surprised that they've changed the format from the side that the shape they played against Norway. But to me, this is the way the Italians have always played. They've worked so hard to get their two wide men, two wing backs, down the left side and down the right side. And I think in a formation like that, they are extra dangerous.
Well, Gennaro Gattuso is down below us. He's got his trendy trainers on, and he's got his dark suit, hands in pockets, but he has pulled all this pressure onto himself. So many things that he's saying about the biggest achievement that would be the biggest achievement in his career, the weight of the nation on his shoulders, all of that kind of stuff. Marcello Lippi paid a tribute to him, the legendary Juventus manager, and I think we heard an interview from or an answer in the press conference from Gattuso saying how emotional he felt when he heard those comparisons and those compliments coming. So he is worked up for this. That's good pressure from Northern Ireland early on, trying to prevent Italy from getting out. Brodie Spencer it was on this near side, and they started on the front foot, Northern Ireland, and the Italian fans, who all have been given free scarves it seems tonight, John. They all had a blue scarf to wave or hold above their heads during the rendition of the anthem. The scarves have been put away.
I think Miles' approach to the game, Joel, and particularly in what he was referring to the players, he's basically told them, don't be afraid, don't be nervous, don't lose your nerve here, just go out and enjoy the game. I think he's been very good in that, and I think that takes the pressure off our players to a certain extent, and try and play without fear. I know that's very difficult, when you're talking about a full house of Italians here and against a decent Italian side, but if you can do that, that's when you're going to stay in the game for as long as possible, and hopefully if we can get that one chance. But we said before the game, Joel, keep it tight as long as you can, but even like if you go a goal down, try and keep it to a goal down, because if there's still only a goal in front, you come in the last 15 or 20 minutes, the pressure here and then the crowd will go to be as nervous as we are watching.
The Northern Ireland players who've had touches in the game, John, they've all been good touches, positive touches. They've started the game well. They have a free kick. They're delaying the taking of the free kick as long as they can, because Rory McConville, I think he needed a bit of tape for something. I'm not sure what that was for, but the referee actually allowed him to go over to the bench, get taped up, and then come back on and help for the free kick. Into the box it goes towards McConville. I think that was a foul by
his arm all over him, didn't he?
And it's a free kick for Italy inside their own penalty area. So in case you missed the introductions, the team's Donnarumma in goals, a back three of Mancini, Bastoni and Calafiore. The wing backs Politano and DeMarco, and then in midfield it's Locatelli, Tonali and Barella, and up front King and Retegui. And for Northern Ireland, Pearce Charles in goals, Hume, McNair and McConville, as King comes forward inside the Northern Ireland penalty area, and he takes a wild swing at that, and it goes behind for a corner. Devlin wide on the right, Spencer wide on the left, Devaney in charge in midfield, and a front three of Price, Donnelly and Galbraith. First set piece for Northern Ireland to defend in the game, John, in what is now the 5th minute.
Yeah, it was a great ball up, and Keane's first touch was brilliant, but second touch wasn't so great, and he allowed Spencer to get back and make the block, and it's gone out for a corner.
So it's going to be DeMarco from the right, left-footed, so it'll be an in-swinging corner for the home side. Deep one towards the back post, looping header back towards the side of the goal that the corner had come from originally, but it just drifts behind another play.
I think they'll be a little bit worried about that, Joel. I think they all sort of made that run towards the near post, and Tonali waited at the back post, got a header on it, knocked it back across the goal, but there wasn't a blue shirt wary of it, and it just went out for a goal kick. But I think your point, about the San Siro, I mean, if talking personally as a player, had I been in the San Siro, in front of 40 or 50,000, I think it might have been slightly different than playing here in what basically is a Windsor Park for us.
Yeah, it's about 25,000 capacity. Northern Ireland got about 5% of the tickets. There's about 12 or 1,300 Northern Ireland fans here. They're away in the corner over on the right hand side, and some of them, there's a sprinkling of them in some of the seats maybe that are populated by more Italians than visitors that managed to get tickets for some of those areas as well.
And they have the big screen in the town square as well.
They do, that's right, for those who travel without tickets.
Yeah.
Here come Italy. It's a good run forward by Mancini, played to the right hand side, and the ball whipped in dangerously from the right hand side by Barella. Danger still not properly cleared in towards the near post. Pierce Charles has to punch it away and down, almost sneaked past him at the near post, but he managed to get 2 fists to the ball, and it's another corner for the Italians.
Yeah, it was crossed by DeMarco, and I don't know whether it caught Pierce out because he thought it was possibly...
Might have taken a little deflection,
and I think it's actually hit the outside of the post rather than him get a touch on it. No, he did get a good touch on it.
So another corner. Locatelli is going out maybe for a short corner, but he's been spotted by Ethan Galbraith. So DeMarco again, left-footed. This one will be an away swinger. Northern Ireland bench trying to get a message onto the pitch.
Yeah, it's the same corner. They're trying to find...
Tonali again has it, tries to blast it into the penalty area, deflected away. King's in there, headed away from him as well. Might fall to Marco at the back post. He started it all. That's an unlucky deflection, and it's cleared away on the edge of the 6-yard box. It was a good save initially. Then the deflection almost went against Pierce Charles, and eventually Northern Ireland cleared the danger.
Yeah, it was a great strike by DeMarco and a great save by Charles. We're overlooked there, Joel, but we got away with it. And again, it was that ball to the back post from the corners where Tonali was causing danger, and I think that's the message that, as you said, the bench were trying to get across to them.
Italy getting about their business quickly from the throw-in over on the far side, and then they knock it straight out of play. Calafiore.
I think this is it, in these minutes at the start, Joel, the players have to be big, and it's a great save, isn't it?
Oh, it's a brilliant leg. Is it Trey Hume? Gets the leg.
I think it might be.
To the ball just as it looks as if it's going to be a tap in. It is brilliant from Hume. He saved a certain goal.
Yeah.
Superb.
But this is a game where the players have got to basically stick together, Joel, and they've got to be talking to one another right throughout the game and make sure that nobody goes to sleep, and does anything silly. The last thing you want to do is give them a goal. If they're going to score, then let's make it be a very good goal, which we, to all intents and purposes, couldn't do much to stop.
Galbraith trying to clear the danger, got it up to Price. Northern Ireland have kept it well. Donnelly got it back to Price. And now Hume, who carries it towards the halfway line. Northern Ireland in their new away kit. Sure, you've seen some of the publicity around that. The white shirt with the green trims and the green shorts, white socks. Bit of a throwback, John, to
it looks well.
Sort of mid-80s, an away kit style that you may have worn yourself. Not sure if yours would still fit you, but that's a whole other story. McConville on the near touchline, looks for Charles, finds him, first time pass into the feet of Price, then the ball's lost. Price is back trying to make life difficult for Retegi.
Yeah, Charles trying to play 1-2 with Price, but again, we keep saying that about him, Joel. He's just that sort of yard short of it, and he didn't get the ball at all. Yeah,
that one has to stick when it goes to him, doesn't it? There's an in-swinger towards the Northern Ireland goal, and McConville didn't know who was behind him, so he puts it behind. Yeah,
you just defend, he didn't know who was behind him, Joel, so he did the right thing. He just gets it out of play.
Politano cutting in from the right-hand side, hit the shot with his left foot. But it's a third corner already inside the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're prepared for this, Joel, and I've always
Dermot O'Carroll has been very anxious every one of these corners. He's out again, he's nearly on the pitch.
Yeah, it's
trying to get the message.
I think it's all down to Tonali. Well, they've gone different.
They've taken it short this time. Yeah. DeMarco gets it back, then he gets a better angle, fizzes the cross in, good header away. Foul at the edge of the box. That's good, well won.
That's good play. Is it Donnelly, Joel? He's just waited for the tackle. He's got underneath the ball and just waited for the defender to basically charge into his back, and it's taken the pressure off him.
We mentioned how they've been working it around the different venues and where they were going to play playoffs and the scar tissue of the last two.
Yeah.
Interestingly, John, Northern Ireland have played in Italy on 7 previous occasions in 7 different cities and lost all 7. So this is our 8th attempt. Yeah, and as I said this morning in Good Morning Ulster, we're bound to find somewhere that suits us eventually, aren't we?
Well, Joel, we were saying as well, in this campaign and in previous campaigns, the luck when it comes to qualifying certainly has not been with us. And we started off losing 3 regulars who would have started the game. God, sometimes luck's going to turn for us, and maybe it'll be tonight.
It's, the referee very belatedly has given a free kick.
It's unfortunate.
Against Northern Ireland.
Has he given the free kick, or has he just stopped the game? Because he didn't blow for the free kick, Joel.
No, well, if he blew for the free kick, it's very, very
late. No, he has given the free kick now. I thought he just stopped the game for being a head injury, and it was unfortunate, because we had a decent sort of break on.
Our Dutch referee, Danny McElwee from Rotterdam. Best behaviour tonight, John, is a police inspector as well. So not only has he ruined a good night at Windsor Park, sending off Kyle Lafferty and Chris Brunt, and then remember Ronaldo scored a hat-trick, 4-2.
Oh, great play.
It's a lovely little flick there by Politano. He'll cross from the right-hand side again, prodded away. Brodie Spencer gets a little bit of luck as he nicks it through the legs of one of the defenders, but Michael O'Neill wants more from Spencer. I think he just wanted him to keep it there.
It's funny, Joel, because you look at a lot of Premiership football today, and they take forever to get the ball into the box. They are not. It's one touch and they're crossing it.
Politano has two players to try and beat.
There we go
it
again.
back
Another
instead.
great cross in the
Mancini
box.
puts the cross in deep towards the back post, headed away as far as Calafiore. He's gone on a run around DeMarco, but DeMarco couldn't get it back to it because I think he feared the Arsenal man was offside. So they've come out to the right hand side again and started all over again. Politano gives it back to Barella. He decides not to cross. Locatelli, who for some reason is wearing a short sleeve shirt and gloves. I know it's been chilly, but it's not that cold.
No, it's not,
and then Italy give it away. So Northern Ireland looking at the chance maybe of a counter attack on this near side. Price is a little bit.
Yeah, we're not winning it fast enough, but we're keeping the ball, Joel. And everybody's getting the touch and it's slowing the game down.
Price had to slow the pass behind him, so he couldn't kind of burst forward.
No.
And it's back with the back three. Paddy McNair, who's winning his 82nd cap tonight. Back from San Diego to Hull. Not too many make that trip. Charles tries to poke it through, and just the first touch was lacking.
We've said that a lot all the time, Joel. Charles is the guy that's got to get on the ball and try and dictate the play for us. Obviously, try and slow it down a little bit, and take the pace out of the game, because they're trying to play at quite a high tempo at the minute. But we've done a lot of these games, and I've said to you, Joel, my good friend Chris Nickley passed away there not so long ago. He always said to me, you're a defender, you've got to enjoy defending, and they've got to enjoy defending tonight because they're going to be doing a whole lot of it.
And we do have history, John, with Italy, of course. Everybody knows about 1958, and we denied Italy a place at the World Cup finals to go there ourselves. As Charles breaks forward, gets away from one challenge, gets it into the feet of Donnelly, and then Donnelly can't get it to Price.
Yeah, he was surrounded by 3 or 4 blue shirts, but he really
easily taken away from Keane. He didn't really want to know about McConville, who was behind him. And Northern Ireland have the ball back again inside the Italian half. But of course we had the most recent meetings, John, of course, the 0-0 draw in Belfast that helped Switzerland out.
We were unlucky that night as well.
The Northern Ireland players all got chocolates from the Swiss as a thank you.
Yeah.
And that's what sent Italy into the playoffs instead of automatic qualification. No, that's a bad touch by Calafiore, and that's a corner for Northern Ireland. I have to say, John, it's the first 15 minutes, and if you're Michael O'Neill, you'd be thinking to yourself,
absolutely delighted.
I would have taken this.
Absolutely, Joe. It's a great, they've defended when they've had to defend. They've had the chance to get on the ball. They seem comfortable and confident on the ball.
Can Northern Ireland cause the Italians problems? He bigged them up, didn't he, Gattuso, about set pieces and how good Northern Ireland were?
Yeah.
What's he pointing at? He's pointing at something on the edge of his technical area, Gattuso. He spotted something. Left-footed delivery. In swinger. It swings all the way through the 6-yard box. Defender missed it.
I think it was Locatelli missed it, and the two Irish lads behind it
they weren't expecting
it. No, I think it might have been Charles and McConville, I think it was. But he's totally missed it. It just took them all by surprise.
Hands on heads. What a delivery. So 15 minutes gone, 0-0 in Bergamo between Italy and Northern Ireland. And remember, World Cup places up for grabs now on Tuesday night. Semi-finals tonight, finals on Tuesday, and the first team into a final, Turkey, who beat Romania by 1-0. They will play Slovakia or Kosovo away on Tuesday night. Turkey, John, haven't been to a World Cup since 2002, would you believe?
No.
A lot of teams who are looking to get back to the big one for the first time in a long time. Here's Mancini. No relation to Roberto, in case you're wondering
that actually myself, yeah.
Bastoni. Again, Northern Ireland forced them back all the way to the goalkeeper. So, long one forward, one in the air by Hume. And Devlin's happy to knock it forward.
Donnelly's miles offside.
Yeah, he can't chase that. He's going to have to leave it. So it's one that goes all the way through to Donnarumma. They'll start again. Calafiori to the right hand side eventually, and Mancini lifted over for King to chase. Goalkeeper thought about coming, stayed where he was, and that's great defending.
McNair was brilliant there, Joe. Was it McNair?
It was, yeah. That was heart and mouth time, I have to say. It was,
yeah.
The goalkeeper came and stopped.
Stop.
Paddy McNair did what he had to do.
So has Mancini got a long throw here, Joe? Looks as if he might have.
He swapped the ball with the ball boy. Troy Parrott has scored a penalty, so the Republic lead 1-0 in Prague. So another throw in down the right hand side. They will be naming the airport after him, won't they? Slovakia 1-0 up against Kosovo as well. Sweden 1-0 up against Ukraine. So those are the latest goals in the matches that are taking place tonight. Still 0-0 here, and 0-0 in the game between Wales and Bosnia. Of course, the winners of this one play the winners of that one, and the winners of this one will be away from home. Now another chance down the right hand side. Good sliding challenge coming in from Brodie Spencer. I think the
flag was up for offside. He wasn't to know that, Joe. He needed to make the tackle.
So referee will be blowing his whistle in case any accusations of time wasting already.
Yeah, Michael's out in the technical area. He's trying to G the players up. I think he's talking to one or two players in particular. He feels they're not at the pace of the game yet, Joel.
Italy's last game in the World Cup, John, 24th of June 2014.
It's incredible.
We've been to the Euros since. It's like you think about that. Everybody saying, "Oh, can you mind 10 years since the Euros?" It's even longer since Italy last played a match in the World Cup. Down the left hand side, and I was unlucky. It was a pass from Brodie Spencer to try and get it back to Shea Charles, but as Shea Charles was running, it hit his leg, although he kept chasing and he forced a throw in.
I mean, he's a good player, Joe. I think he's having a tremendous season with Southampton. Scored a tremendous goal at the weekend.
Smasher, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I would love to see him get more confident, and dominate games,
Must be. You go back to Jim Magilton, the last Northern Ireland player, but scoring goals like that for Southampton, John, eh? Well, that's what he tells me anyway.
Is that a different Jim Magilton?
No. Jim only scored 25-yard spectaculars and a few penalties. Long throw-in by Hume towards the near post. 3 Italian players in that area. One of them managed to get it away. McNair just lifts it back towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Bit of a scrap going on in there. It's all pretty untidy. Hume then wins a header. Italy get it clear once more, and that looks like a foul by Galbraith.
Yeah, he felt the touch on the back, and he made it more dramatic than it was. But
ball was bouncing and rolling when Italy took the free kick, so they'll be called back. 20 minutes gone, 0-0.
Yeah, a great start, Joel. They're well in the game, and the only slight worry you would maybe point to is sometimes when we get up further up the field, the Italians can break very quickly, so we really do need to be on our toes, particularly when we're on the attack.
Referee was asked about a possible free kick for Northern Ireland there, but he waved play on. Michael O'Neill's asking about another one.
Look at that
and
pass.
It's a good pass straight through. Now here's a chance. Galbraith running through the centre, and then
he's got to play Price in, Joe, on the left hand side. I don't know whether he didn't see him or whatnot, but he's gone right down the middle, but everything was closing in for him, and Price was on his left-hand side. If he passes it, it's only a 5-yard pass.
Hit the shot, blocked by the defender, took all the pace off it, and easy for Donnarumma. Donnarumma, who the stat about him tonight is he is the youngest Italian to hit 80 caps. He's 27, 80 caps.
And then they're playing until they're 40 now, Joe.
He's a goalkeeper, he should be, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
He's following in the footsteps of some great Italian goalkeepers, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
And Gigi Buffon,
he's on the staff here,
the greatest
isn't he?
of them all. He's the technical director. He's about 40 caps clear of the next Italian in the all-time appearance list, Gigi Buffon. 176, I think he got to. There's Italy at the other end. Some of their forwards who are trying to make a name for themselves. That's a bad clearance. Barella gifted the ball inside the Northern Ireland half. They've worked it down the right hand side once more. Tonali tries to drive into the penalty area, but plenty of white shirted defenders there to block it, and the attempted clearance to the outside of the right foot. Gattuso's miles out of his technical area doing ball boy. He's trying to get the game started as quickly as he can.
I don't know why they bother with the technical area, because they never stay in it anyway.
It's interesting though when you watch it at the highest level, and the fourth official doesn't really get that involved. You know, I mean, Gattuso's standing outside it most of the night, and I often wonder what Irish League managers think. Like Jim and George back there, you know, how fussy they are on a Saturday afternoon. You watch it at this level. You watch somebody like Simeone, nobody says a word to him. Jim steps out with those winkle pickers and he's just over the line, and the fourth official's ready to
pounce on him,
lock him up and throw away the key. George, he can't be bothered. He's too busy landing those seats at Windsor. There's a cross-field pass out towards the near side. Good ball, Politano. But
Brody Spencer's watched it all the way, Joe. You know, and just shepherded it out for a goal kick. They've run out of steam a little bit, and I don't like saying that. You know, but this has been a tremendous start.
Republic of Ireland 2-0 up in Prague. So apparently the second one looks like an own goal, I'm told.
They're getting a little bit annoyed here.
Slovakia 1, Kosovo 1. Sweden still 1-0 up. And we told you earlier that Turkey already through.
All the whistles, Joel, do for the goalkeeper Charles, taking as much time as he can before he takes the goal kick.
Clears it long. Breaks for his brother, Shea. Devlin down the right hand side, just thumped away by the Italians. I think it was Calafiori who cleared it. Then a long one that's going to bounce through. Is it to Pierce Charles? No, it didn't. He has the composure to play.
He is good with the ball at his feet, isn't he?
Pass back to Trey Hume.
No panic at all, Joel. You know, I mean, I think it was at. I'm not saying it was Ortega was closing him down rather quickly, but
don't panic. He's too young for Dad's army.
He just side foots it to the side, takes all the pressure off.
Corporal Jones. So we're past the midway point of the first half,
and the crowd's quiet, Joel.
Yeah,
they are very quiet, considering the noise that was in this ground before the kick-off.
Northern Ireland fans, shall we sing a song for you? That's what you're hearing. Here's a ball out to the right hand side, and Politano.
That's a great line.
Politano rolls it back to Mancini, back to Politano, helps it further down that right hand side, and Barella short pass infield to Politano, back to Barella, and then back once more to Mancini. He then goes square infield, midpoint of the Northern Ireland half of the pitch, and that pass forward is Bastoni in desperation, almost trying to unpick the lock.
To be fair, Joel, I mean, it's brilliant play by Northern Ireland. They've closed it down on their left-hand side there. They've forced them back across the field, and every blue shirt was marked by a white shirt. And Bastoni, you know, he tries a killer ball, and there's absolutely no way it's going to get that in there. We're far too secure and too solid. So, you know, again, I don't want to tempt fate here, Joe, but at the minute they've run out of ideas.
In a lot of games against the big teams, though, John, we've had a good shape about us and we've looked solid. It's just been at the other end trying to trouble them. And that's been the big thing. The two Italian defenders almost gift the ball to Justin Devaney, but in the end it's nodded back to Donnarumma.
Oh my God.
It's a total mistake by Politano.
What he was doing, like, you know.
Right, here they come again down the left hand side, Italy. Calafiori gave it to DeMarco. He's had to come back into his own half again, back out to this side, and Mancini wide to Politano, and then Mancini. Czech Republic have pulled a goal back in Prague. Thriller, that one. 2-1 now to the Republic.
Our shape is very good, Joel. You know, everybody seems to know the job that they have to do, and they're staying in their position. They seem to be talking to each other quite well.
It's Tonali with a long one forward, but again, one bounce through to the goalkeeper.
Exactly, that's what I was just going to say, Joel. I mean, he's hitting the ball from inside his own half in the centre circle, and it's just a direct ball, which needs to be a killer ball, and whoever's on the end of it needs to have a killer touch as well, but they don't have it. They've just gone straight through to the goalkeeper.
Shea Charles did well to find a little bit of space, found Devlin. But we're down to walking pace at the moment.
Well, it's us, absolutely. I mean, again, we were talking before the game, Johnny made the point that, that if this goes to extra time, 120 minutes to do this is a long time.
Is. And their bench against our bench.
Yeah.
Even the clubs that they're playing for, you look at it.
Absolutely, It's
interesting, that game in Prague, John, it sounds like it's a bit of a thriller early on, but you just wonder if the fact that these are, one-legged games now.
Exactly, yeah.
You go back, 8 years, and they were played over home and
2
away.
legs, yeah.
But it's all or nothing in those games, and if you get early goals in some of the matches.
But again, Joe, my point of view of it, I mean, this is all geared so that the big clubs like Italy eventually get to the World Cup, It's unfortunate. Like, we can't even get a home game. We can't even get a 2-legged game. We've got one game away to Italy.
Charles played the free kick forward. It was headed away.
Unfortunate.
Galbraith tried to play Donnelly
in,
but
it's just
out of play for a goal kick. There's
2 balls in the pitch, ref. Stop it.
Yeah. Donnarumma's not sure if he should go and remove one of the footballs off the pitch. Politano has it on the right hand side.
That's good defending again. They're tight when the ball goes to a blue shirt. There's always somebody closing them down and forcing them back. But that is it's hard to work, Joel, but that's what you got to do. You can hear the crowd getting a little bit restless, Joel,
Yeah. 27.5 minutes now played, still 0-0. Politano on the right hand side. Comes in onto his left foot, tries to bend it. Overhead it towards the back post, but it's actually been retrieved and out for a corner. DeMarco it was who'd popped up way wide of the far post, and he
needed the block, Joel.
Tried to keep it in play. Did DeMarco?
Yeah.
So corner from the left. DeMarco's on all these set pieces. Remember, he's left-footed, so from the left, it's another away swinger.
See, again, Joel, I think we're partly zonal marking here, and I don't like zonal marking at all. I'd mark a shirt, and if he doesn't get it, he's not going to score.
Good ball played into the penalty area. It's pinball in there, and then it's just poked away.
Yeah, we rode our luck a little bit there. That could have went anywhere, Joel.
Right, VAR check.
No,
it would seem.
Seriously?
Thinking about a handball here, are they? He's stopped it. No, play on. I think that's just one to
joke, Joel.
have a look at it and play on. Suppose they're thinking for the sake of 10 seconds, you may as well have a look and be sure. So Mancini hits it forward. Header down.
Out.
Oh,
we were lucky there. The ball dropped to him and
Retegi.
And
he's won another corner. This is what, 5th corner potentially. Yeah. So from the right, Tonali will take it. Tonali in towards the penalty spot. 3 Northern Ireland players converge, headed away. Gets to DeMarco into the box again. Italian player with his back to goal. Referee's there. Yeah. Ball hits him, and I think it'll be a drop ball for a Northern Ireland player.
Yeah, it's another scramble. It's like pinball in there, but they've defended quite well, and at the end of the day, Joe, they've been careful and they've got it away. But they are dangerous from corners.
There he goes again. Piers Charles slipping a pass out. If my producer's listening to me back in Belfast, I'm hearing myself on a 5-second delay, which is really, really annoying.
Joe, because the ball was running out on the touch, and Donnarumma was trying to let it go as far as he could, and Donnelly was closing down. He was panicking if it wasn't going to go for the goal line.
And Michael's fixed it already.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
People wonder when he rocks in with a box of screwdrivers and all sorts of things. That's why. For moments like this, here's DeMarco, slips it down the left-hand side. Hume thought about maybe letting it go out of play for a goal kick and didn't. And now he's giving it back to DeMarco. And Italy have possession in Northern Ireland's final third. Good header away by McConville. And then it's knocked forward and out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, again, it was good defending by McConville. What they're trying to do a lot, Joel, is they're trying to hit the front men, whether it be Keane or whether it be Ritugui. And they're playing off one another quite well, so we need to be very careful about this.
One of the most interesting thing I read about Moise King, John, he's released a hip-hop album right up your street.
I don't even know what that is.
He collaborated apparently with a group called 19F. You thought that was your seat number, the flight.
I think it was my school class. Oh dear.
Back to Piers Charles on his left foot, not as comfortable, scoops it up in the air.
I don't think the pitch helped either there, Joe.
No. So Price went to punch the ball because it bounced up.
Yeah.
And then one of the Italian players was kind of suggesting, well, were you trying to punch me? And the referee will just tell them both to be quiet or they'll spend the night in the cells. Dutch policeman. There you go. No more, lads.
Oh, there's a lot of people out of their technical boxes down there, Joel.
Look at this.
Trying to, get some sort of information onto the pitch.
The Italian mafia turned up there, all out. Edge of the box. Michael O'Neill's the Northern Ireland Dawn.
Yeah, well, I think Mancini is going to throw it into the box this time. He's threatened to quite a lot. It's not the best.
It's not an overly long throw, but it did make it into the penalty area. And then everybody appeals. Is it a goal kick or a corner?
I think it's a corner.
And the corner is what the officials decide.
Yeah.
33 minutes gone, still 0-0 in Bergamo.
Well, if you look, Joel, we've got a lot of men in the 6-yard box. There's very few blue shirts in the 6-yard box. I'd rather get them out nice and close.
Change of taker, John.
Yeah.
Tonali this time is going to take it. So right-footed from the right. Again, that means an outswinger in towards the near post. And it's a header down and just wide of the post. And the Italians think that's a defensive header. And they've persuaded the referee that it's another corner.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It takes a deflection off Spencer.
Bobby Spencer, yeah. We got to make sure that they don't get a blue shirt across the front post, Joel.
John, that was the most worrying delivery in the corner so far.
We've got to get somebody in the front post and make sure he is the first man.
Bit of holding going on Bastoni in there as well. Don't want to give away a stupid penalty at this stage.
If I was there now, I would make sure I have somebody on the edge of the 6-yard box, Joel, because that's where they're looking to attack all the time. And have somebody just standing there.
Tonali again with the corner. He took the last one, which was a good one. What's he going to do this time?
Joel, there again,
he's actually headed straight out of play. The flag's gone up. It's an awful corner.
Yeah, but the point I'm making there, Joel, is that although he's hit it out of play, but the first person that was going to get to that ball, if that been in play, was a blue shirt. We should have somebody, and I just don't understand why the defenders themselves or the coaching team on the bench do not see that. Because that's what they're looking for. They're looking to attack that sort of edge of the 6-yard box.
Piers Charles has had his final warning for time wasting in the 34th minute.
I think he should just get on with it, Joel, because what does he save in a couple of seconds, 5 seconds? Just get on with it. You get the crowd going and you get the referee,
He'll add on more.
Exactly, so just get on with the game.
Plus it's very early to have your goalkeeper on a card.
Yeah. The game's got really scrappy now, Joel, isn't it? Now the two of them can get a grip of the ball.
Donnarumma.
Yeah, he's good.
Too much on it.
Too much is right. He's got a good touch on that. Took it straight out for a throw in over there on the far side.
Tried to play it first time.
Yeah.
So Northern Ireland have a throw in deep inside Italian territory. Trey Hume is going to take it. He's drying the ball on his new white shirt, and then he takes it shorter to McNair. Cross into the penalty area. Oh, McConville was up there. The clearance is a terrible one. It's straight against Charles, and the ball spins out of play, and rather than Italy getting up the pitch, they have to settle for a throw in level with the edge of their own 18-yard box.
Yeah, McConville just couldn't get close enough to the ball. It was good throw, and say McNair's ball into the box was quite good, but he just didn't get near it.
Still 0-0 into the last 10 minutes of the first half. And of course, we used the words at the start of this phrase, or of this programme, playoff scar tissue.
Yeah.
And Italy have lots of it.
Yeah.
If we can get to half time here, be brilliant. Politano, good cross in towards the back post. There are plenty of players over here. DeMarco tries to smash one into the 6-yard box, but it's well blocked.
He's done that 2 or 3 times, so that one was well blocked.
It's a nice little ball into Locatelli. Again, on the left-hand side, Italy trying to get forward, but again, they stand firm, those defenders. Tonali can't find a way through this time.
Their main form of attack, Joel, is, and I think that's why they put the big men up front, is that they're playing up to them nice and quickly, and they're trying to play off them in and around the 18-yard box. So we've got to make sure that we win the first ball, or if we don't, we've got to be aware and be bright to the ball breaking in and around us.
Mancini. He's looking for options and just has to come out to this near side. Dermot O'Carroll just jogging from right to left and waving his right arm as if to say to the team as well, right, come in the same direction, get up the pitch.
Yeah.
And Italy ended up back in their own half, and it's been a night of frustration.
It has.
For the home side so far.
Joel, we made the point before, this is not an Italian team like we've seen in the past, and they're showing that. But that's what they're looking for again.
Here's Keane, has the shot. First sighter really from him, and it's off target over the angle of post and crossbar, but it comes from nothing. It's just get it into him, hope he turns the defender.
Yeah.
And when he did turn him, he blazed it over the bar.
At half time, Joel, I would be saying to the likes of Galbraith, to Pierce, to Charles, when that ball goes over your head, you've got to get around very, very quickly, because you've got to get in and around there. The centre halves can't commit themselves. They've got to stay where they are, and they're looking for the support from the midfield players. And we had 2 great players when I was playing. We had David McCreary and we had Tommy Cassidy, who did exactly that, Joel, and they made our life such easier.
Thought maybe the ball might fall kindly for Donnelly, but it just didn't bounce.
But you know what I'm saying, Joel? They sat in front of the back 4, and anything that went over the top of us, if it went long, we were happy enough to deal with it. If it went short, they were the first person that was in and around the centre forward's feet. And I think that's what they, the likes of McNair, Trey Hume and McConville have got to be talking to Galbraith, and they've got to be talking to Charles and saying, this is what we're doing and this is what we're going to try and do. It's very tough for the midfield lads, but I'll tell you what, if they do that job right, it makes it ever so easy.
6 minutes left in this first half. Italy have possession inside their own half of the pitch, but you think about it, Pierce Charles made 1 save. Trey Hume had a very important intervention when he cleared one away to deny a certain goal.
Well, you think of that, Joe, what is it, 40 minutes here, against the Italians, you're more than happy with that.
Locatelli looks out to the right hand side. Politano, and lifted over the top. That's brilliant play. Again.
Well read by McConville.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
He has really improved as well, Joel. And I think he's having a good. That's a foul, surely. He's having a great season at Norwich. Oh, good tackle.
Yeah, good tackle. Spencer sliding in. Barella didn't fancy that one.
He didn't. No. I mean, what did we say before the game, Joel? Silence the crowd, and they've done that totally. So it's important, you keep your concentration here. 5 minutes to go and see it through to half time.
This boy will be out again with his microphone at half time, John.
Oh my God.
The Bergamo peaks nodding.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I thought was bad at Windsor at times, but that was the worst ever. I don't know how there's not a health and safety warning.
Yes, very loud. I don't think this fella's a better DJ than Beach.
No, he certainly is not. No.
DeMarco all the way back to Donnarumma, the goalkeeper. He's being put under pressure by Donnelly, but
yeah, Donnarumma's trying to tell him to get forward and get forward quicker.
Locatelli into the centre circle with the ball to Calafiore. Calafiore knocks it out wide to the left hand side, well kept in by DeMarco. Calafiore once more has a little look at what's available. Locatelli out to the right hand side now, and Barella. And now we're right on the right hand touchline with Politano trying to get down the right hand side. Good covering by Galbraith.
Oh, he's given a corner. Galbraith claimed he didn't touch it. But the first challenge by Price, Joel, he's got to get closer to him, much closer.
Don't concede one now after all that hard work.
He didn't touch it. I don't think he touched it at all. We've just seen a replay there. It looked as if he slid in, but the ball had gone already before he was out for a corner.
They put DeMarco back on the corners. So after,
see where Galbraith is, Joel. He should be on the edge of the 6-yard box, not there. There you go again. It's a blue shirt. Look, and there he gets. Joel, I mean,
it's every corner.
Do you have to go down onto the pitch and tell them this? Did they not see it?
3 in a row into that near post
just
area.
Straight into the near post, and all you do is you stick a figure there on the edge of the 6-yard box, and they don't do it because they know that you're going to win the ball.
Will Bastoni be a wee bit disappointed with that, John?
Absolutely,
that he didn't hit the target, do you think?
Yeah. There it is again, Joel. Do you see that? That time Galbraith wins it.
Yeah.
The centre half closes the ball down. He's forced the guy back, and Galbraith takes it off his foot.
Donnelly wins the throw-in.
I mean, if they can keep doing that, they will really, really frustrate the Italians. But they've got to get them corners sorted out.
So Spencer is going to take the throw-in. So someone away jogging down the touchline with a laptop.
We were talking about maybe players are overcoached. I don't know whether that's what they're schooled to do, at corner kicks.
I don't think for yourself if something else happens.
Exactly, that's crazy because that's 3 times it's happened. You got to change it. Yeah.
Here's Devlin. Oh, he thought about the shot.
And this is where we struggle. Not to say we struggle, but this is where they're dangerous, Joel.
Still coming forward. Charles should get it back shade to Pearce. He has his brother scrambling. It's not the best back pass. Pearson gives it back to Shea.
That is brilliant.
It's like they're in the back garden at home, aren't they?
Get it out here. Get it out wide. Well played. That's good play. Good play, Joel.
McConville back into Shea Charles.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And away we go. Justin Devaney out to the right hand side. Devlin looks up, right footed.
It's
too much on the cross. Knocks it out of play. Michael O'Neill's out to the edge of the touchline.
I was just going to say the best player the best player in midfield at the minute is Shea Charles on both sides. Italy are crying out for a Pirlo, Joel. They just don't have that class of player in the side anymore.
Well, Northern are almost there, almost at the halfway point. We have a minute left plus stoppage time at the end of the first half, and it's still 0-0. What a great lift it would be if they could go win level at the break.
A tremendous performance. And it's strange, when you think that the only thing we're worried about is near post corners, basically.
Here's Calafiore, knocks it in field to Tonali.
We've got to get out to him.
Tonali's thinking about a shot here.
He did well.
Blocked by Charles.
Yeah,
Charles
go on. Break quickly.
I think he thought the referee was going to blow the whistle to hold him back, but he didn't. So
this way, you've got to be brave now.
Price. Still going Price. Back into
he doesn't
Charles.
see him now. It was the wrong ball. The wrong ball.
Should have gone to Spencer.
He should have gone to Spencer because there was a guy right behind.
And then Galbraith wins the tackle, and he can't believe the referee's given the decision against him. And then all kicks off between Donnelly.
I'll tell you what.
Italians.
I'll tell you what, Joel. He's raised his. I think it's Bastoni's raised his fist there. If they look at this now, Donnelly was making a meal of it, but there was definitely contact.
Tell you what, Donnelly's standing up to Donnarumma as well, who come out to get involved.
Maybe he's just one of those big cuddly giants, Joel.
A minute of added time. Our policeman friend is...
Yeah, fair play to him. He's just told the two of them off and get on with it because at the end of the day it was nothing. Well, Galbraith definitely was a free kick, Joe. It was the aftermath from that.
Donnarumma's trying to influence the referee. He's having none of it. And we're into the 1 minute of added time. Played forward early. Oh, McNair needs to be careful here. And that's the first time that Italy have got in behind the backboard with a pass like that.
They were looking for that, and he was on the wrong side, Joe. He should have been on the other side. Retegui got it around the back.
Hit it straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a bad angle for him.
Pierce Charles clears it out towards the right hand side. Who's the ball going to break for? Breaks for Donnelly. Donnelly hits the shot. And did it take a nick? No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. Yeah, he's more or less scuffed it into the ground. It wasn't on target.
And there's the half-time whistle. Referee points towards the corner of the pitch where the tunnel is, and Northern Ireland had a very encouraging first half here. It's still 0-0, and you have to say, John, I mean, that's as good as anybody here would have imagined, who were hoping that Northern Ireland were going to finish
absolutely right
with a good result.
They did everything right from the first minute, Joel. And as I say, the only criticism I have of them is the three corners at the near post, which could have cost us. I'm more annoyed the fact that it's happened once, it happened twice. You don't let it happen three times. You sort that out. But they've been magnificent. They've kept their shape. As I say, the ball that they seem most dangerous with is into the centre forwards to try and set it up for the players coming behind them. We've started to sort that out a little bit, and Michael will be absolutely delighted. But we've got to start over again now, John. The exact same in the second half.
Encouraging signs. Half-time score in Bergamo. It's Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0.
Don't think Northern Ireland will be too disappointed with that, will they? Still very much in the game. Thank you to Joel and John. More from them very soon. We'll also be hearing from our studio guests Keith, Jim and George in a moment's time, but not before the latest BBC News.
BBC News NI on Radio Ulster and on BBC Sounds.
With the BBC News, I'm Angus Harron. The father of Natalie McNally says he hasn't been able to get over allowing her murderer to be left alone with her during her wake. Natalie was 15 weeks pregnant when she was killed at her home in Lurgan in December 2022. Stephen McCullough, the father of her unborn child, was convicted of her murder earlier this week. Kelly Bonner has more.
Bernie and Noel McNally described their daughter as vibrant, independent and intelligent. They said finding out her then partner Stephen McCullough had been arrested for Natalie's murder was like getting hit by a bus.
We felt so sorry for him, and we thought he was a grieving partner, and everyone moved out of the wake room and left him on his own with Natalie for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and it was terrible, to think that. But we let him, we left him with our lovely daughter that he had brutally murdered, and I still haven't got over how he could have done that on us.
McCullough beat, strangled and stabbed their daughter. McCullough will be sentenced in May.
Parents have expressed shock and disappointment at the announcement that summer schemes at special schools across Northern Ireland will not take place this year. The Education Authority said it was due to concerns over the level of healthcare available for the children. Mark Simpson reports.
For many parents of children with special educational needs, the annual summer schemes are a crucial part of the year. Alma White, whose teenage son Caleb has autism, says something needs to be done to ensure this year's schemes can go ahead.
Families are going to be in despair. They're exhausted. I'm really, really shocked at this decision.
The Education Authority says there's not enough healthcare provision available. But the Health Minister, Mike Nesbitt, said this afternoon he was surprised.
What I'm trying to understand is why they were able to go ahead last year but not this year. What has changed in the intervening 12 months?
An attempt will be made to try to reinstate this year's summer schemes, but time is short.
Prosecutors have completed setting out their evidence against 9 men on trial over the murder of Lyra McKee, the journalist who was shot dead while observing a riot in the Craigan area of Derry in 2019. The new IRA admitted responsibility for her murder. Lindsay Telford reports.
It was nearly 7 years ago when Lyra McKee was shot dead. 3 men are charged with her murder, while 6 others are accused of rioting and throwing petrol bombs. Today, Belfast Crown Court was told that one of the murder accused, Peter Kavanagh from Mary Street in Derry, could be identified as part of the shooting party. A barrister described how a masked Kavanagh looked in the footage like he had a position of responsibility, how he could be seen encouraging the gunman, and how he even acted as a steward of the gathered crowd. He was not there coincidentally, the barrister said. He was there for a reason. None of the 9 defendants who denied the charges against them has given evidence during the trial. It's due to resume after the Easter break for the defence to make its closing remarks.
The UK's wind turbines generated a record amount of electricity yesterday, enough to power more than 20 million homes. Nearly 24 gigawatts was produced yesterday afternoon, beating a record set last December. Now with the weather, here's Barra Best.
Staying cloudy through this evening with further patchy rain coming in from the west, and there will be further spells of rain overnight tonight before largely clearing through the early hours of Friday morning. Clear skies will follow behind as temperatures drop into the low to mid single figures. So a cold but largely dry start on Friday with spells of sunshine, but westerly winds through the day will bring in a scattering of showers and some could be heavy.
BBC News.
This is Sportsound International Football. Listen live on digital, online or on BBC Sounds.
We can bring you up to date with the latest scores in the matches taking place. The World Cup playoff semi-finals in Path A. Our big game in Bergamo, Northern Ireland, 0-0 with Italy at the break. The other match taking place in Path A between Wales and Bosnia and Herzegovina is also scoreless. In Path B, a Victor Gyökeres goal has Sweden in front in Ukraine. They lead by a 1-0. Albania also 1-up in Poland. In Path C, there was an earlier game played between Turkey and Romania. Turkey, the first team through, with a 1-0 win. The other match in that path has Slovakia against Kosovo, and a goal just on the stroke of half-time has given the hosts a 2-1 advantage. In Path D, it's scoreless between Denmark and North Macedonia. And with the story of the first 45 minutes in Prague, where the Republic of Ireland faced Czech Republic, here's Nicola McCarthy.
Yes, Michael, what a first half this has been. Breathless stuff here at the Fortuna Arena in Prague. The Republic of Ireland with a dream start after 19 minutes when that man who's been so influential for this side, Troy Parrott, he gave them the lead from the penalty spot. That was following a foul in the box on captain Nathan Collins. The keeper, he did go the right way, but he couldn't keep Parrott's effort out. Collins himself had gone close to opening the scoring after just 7 minutes. His strike from outside the box, rattling the crossbar. So a really positive start from the Republic. 4 minutes after they opened the scoring, it was 2 to the visitors. The ball eventually crossing the line after a bit of a belly around the Czech goalmouth. Collins heading the ball down before Vladimir Kufal kicked it off his own goalkeeper for 2-0. The Czechs, though, they were just the advantage to 1 again when they were awarded a penalty. Ryan Manning, he was adjudged to have pulled Ladislav Krejci's shirt. Patrick Schick converting, that was just before the half-hour mark. So 2-1 with about 15 first-half minutes remaining, which were slightly calmer than the previous 30, giving us all some time to catch our breath here in Prague. A couple of half chances before the break, but nothing of real note. So the Republic take the advantage into the dressing room at half-time. I imagine Heimir Hallgrímsson will be very happy, Michael, with this side's performance so far. It's been very positive from the off. They've been composed, played some really nice football, and needless to say, spurred on by the Irish fans inside the stadium, who have been small in number but very fine in voice, and no doubt I'm sure that will continue into the second half.
Breathless first half by the sounds of it. Nicola McCarthy, thank you so much. We're waiting for the first goal in Bergamo. My studio guests, Keith Gillespie, Jim Magilton and George McCartney, watching on. And it hasn't been as nervy a first half, if I can put it that way, for Northern Ireland as maybe some people were expecting. Your thoughts on it, guys? Jim?
Tactically, they've been brilliant. They're going to have very scary moments, which they did. And, you know, in a game against the Italians, you expect them to create more from open play, but it's largely down to set pieces where they've, especially early on, so they're very to set pieces. They've freed off Tonali far post. Now Tonali's hitting corners and it's near post areas. John's right in commentary, you know, they have to do better, and that. No, Dermot was screaming at them, but overall he'd be really pleased. Decision making when they have broken forward and broken through that 5 across midfield. It's just their decision making.
I think on the corners as well, we're not making enough first contacts, and 2 or 3 times it's fell down in around the 6-yard box, and lucky enough for us, no, we have landed on the ball and we've managed to clear it.
Should someone be telling their teammate, this is what you need to change, this is happening too often? Is it on the players, or where does that come from?
Listen, I think it's a tough one, because Northern Ireland more often than not to go zonal, and at times, good teams, good players, they're clever, they maybe have a half a yard on you in their head even before the ball's coming in. It's a difficult one to defend at times, but again, individuals know their roles and responsibilities, so they have to react a little bit quicker. I think our press from the front's been excellent at times. I would say, for me at least, main threat is Politano and Mancini, the right-sided centre half, stepping up the pitch as well, trying to double up on Price and Spencer at times, where Politano's he's had quite a few crosses on his left foot. It's led the corners that at least receiving, but I think overall no charge driving forward with the ball at times as well. We're getting ourselves into good positions in the final third, but then Price a couple of times, I think Galbraith another time, pick that right pass. That last ball, your decision making a little bit better, a little bit smarter with that there, and you're maybe setting somebody up for a goal.
And Keith, I'm thinking of you as I'm listening to George say that. When you make that run, you're screaming to be picked out, and there's been times where players have made that good run, actually down our left-hand side a couple of times, and the pass hasn't come.
Yeah, well, I think Price was the main one, where Brodie Spencer has absolutely busted gut to get there, and he's tried to go inside, and the ball was there for Brodie. Ethan Galbraith, the time he broke through again, he's got to make that pass. He's tried to shoot in the end, but I think we can be pretty happy with how we played so far. It's not a great Italy side.
No, and that's the thing. And I think Northern Ireland have grown in confidence. There was a passage of play towards the end of the first half where they strung 7 or 8 passes and actually picked the right pass.
Yep.
And then it goes to Terry, and Terry's in acres of space, and then he hits
overhits
his cross. When you can actually get another passage of play, and that calms everybody down. It actually infuriates then Italy, it infuriates the fans. They've done a great job quietening the fans.
And the longer that goes on, the more you have to think that pressure builds. The pressure that the manager has been talking about when he's thanking his doctor for curing his sleepless nights due to the anxiety that he has about playing this game against Northern Ireland. It lets you into the psyche of a team that are under the cosh, and they're the ones expected to come out and produce.
And I think you see that as a half and on, though, at the start of Italy we're trying to maybe play through the midfield, but we were actually really compact and they couldn't find a passage through that way, and then they started going wide, and as a half and on they actually even started going more direct towards Keane and Rategi. And to be fair to them, there was 2 or 3 times that they got in behind the defence, and either I think for charge and goal
starting position,
yes, a wee bit quicker, can maybe come out and help his defence there, but thankfully I think McNair once or twice has covered round and got himself in between the defender and the ball and managed to deal with it.
From a Northern Ireland point of view, which is always where we're going to come from, what can they do to find a way in front? If you look through the history books, the last time Northern Ireland scored a goal against Italy was 1961, Billy McAdam. So 64 years and 334 days. Thanks to Marshall for doing the counting. I wasn't going to go into the days otherwise. It's been a while, so how do we find that way to break through?
Yeah, but it's more of the same in terms of being able to defend well. They're going to have to defend really well, and they have done that. And I know John made the point of midfield players, and I want to back midfield players up. There's still 3v2. Centre halves can press. They can get tight. Yeah, once the ball does go over your head, and if it's a misplaced pass or a poor touch, then you pinch it. It's their decision making. It's the decision making when you see Galbraith running through. He's got to get his head up and he's got to pick that pass. Yeah. It's the decision making for Isaac Price, who's only you want him to be positive and but Brodie Spencer's on. So picking those passes then puts doubt into the opposition. Once you put doubt into the opposition, then there's opportunity and spaces then to go and play.
It's those important moments in the final third where you're hoping the player's clever enough to see that pass, but also I think from a set set play. We're talking about Italy set plays. Northern Ireland put in a great corner in the 14th, 15th minute, and
Rory McConville.
Yeah, I'm thinking again, no
chance.
We always talk about running the ball into the net, just react a wee bit quicker, and you're maybe getting yourself a goal.
I think the ones where we have had the players who have made the wrong decisions are players that we actually want on the ball at that. You want Ethan Galbraith because he normally does. Even Price, as well. So it's just bad passes for me or bad decisions, and we're not going to get that many opportunities to score because they're going to have the majority of possession. So when you actually do get in those positions, you have to be sort of clinical.
The Italian manager Rino Gattuso has told us that he is prepared for penalties should they come. I know that gives everybody sort of arrhythmia, even just the thought of it going that long, but I'm sure Michael O'Neill has got it into his players' heads as well. This could go the distance.
Definitely.
It doesn't have to be a sprint, Jim, does it?
No, not at all. 45 minutes has been good. They've now got it. They're going to have moments, and it's those moments where they have to really retain their composure, stay resilient, stay compact, stay focused and concentrated, and still try and pose a threat.
Well, we can see the players are heading back onto the pitch. Michael O'Neill is strolling back into his position. So let's hand you back to our commentary team for a huge second half in Bergamo. Italy versus Northern Ireland in the company of John O'Neill and Joel Taggart.
Just the tunnels in one corner of the ground. It's astonishing when you see the amount of staff and substitutes coming by. It's like the last glider on a Friday night. It's unbelievable. But eventually they've all managed to get to their seats and the referee's blown his whistle and we're underway and we don't have any changes. So the same lineups that started the game, we'll run through them in a moment or two. Italy have started with a bit of a spring in their step. They're knocking the ball about at a much higher tempo than they were at the end of the first half at the start of the second period. There's an appeal for a free kick. The referee says no, and Tonali has to pick himself up. So Donnarumma is the Italian goalkeeper. Back three of Mancini, Bastoni and Calafiori. Politano and DiMarco were the wing backs. Tonali is one of a three-man midfield along with Barella and Lucatelli, and the front two of Keane and Retegui have been kept relatively quiet. We'll give you the Northern Ireland team in a moment or two, but they have the ball at the moment with Galbraith, and it's out to Spencer on the left hand side. Spencer puts the brakes on, has a little look at what's available, has to come back the way. Retegui immediately applying pressure but illegally, and that's a free kick. The Northern Ireland team: Pearce, Charles and goals. Back three of Hume, McNair and McConville. Spencer and Devlin, the two wide players. Devaney and Shea Charles in midfield, and the front three of Price, Donnelly and Galbraith. And Pearce Charles is going to come all the way out, almost on the halfway line, to take this free kick, which is in a very wide position, so he needs to get this right, or else he'll be sprinting
to get back very quickly
towards the 18-yard box. Anybody saw that Real Madrid goal recently could be vulnerable. Charles, right-footed, plays it in towards the edge of the box and then sprints away back towards his own goal. Hume tries to lift it back into the Italian penalty area, falls to Hume again, who hits it on the half volley, but it was a difficult one and it's spinning away and out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, as it's come down to him, it was it just couldn't drop from quick enough, and he has to take it early and it just screws off the top of his foot.
Could you cope with extra time and penalties, John? Could you?
I don't know, Joe.
Long way to go.
It is a long way to go.
You just never know.
No, you never know. It's right.
Remember 0-0 as well in the game between Wales and Bosnia.
Yeah. So everything to play for in both games, Joe.
Yeah, running up for grabs. So the great Bran Moore would have said. Mancini on the right hand side, little Italian 1-2, but they give the ball straight to Shea Charles, and Donnelly comes forward. And, this is promising for Northern Ireland. Price has it. He's inside the penalty area, tries to get three defenders around him.
Three defenders in front difficult. Joe, it was hard for him. Yeah,
it was good defending in the end, in fairness. Keane then runs out of space over on the far side. I have to say, John, and I'm almost reluctant to say it, but he's been disappointing.
He has, yeah. I expect it more often.
He's been the Everton Moyes King, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. And that's not taking away anything from the lads that he's playing up against. They just haven't given him the chance. But he just hasn't done it for Italy tonight.
No. Plenty of time for that to change, of course. But we have laboured the point, and some of you will be saying, you know, I heard you the first time, but I don't think you can make the point enough times to say that because of the history of playoffs and because of the pressure around this Italian team, the longer this goes at 0-0, pressure only increases. Here they come forward trying to ease the pressure. Wide to the left-hand side, and DeMarco thought about crossing, checks back instead, and gives it to Calafiori. Calafiori infield to Bastoni, and then it's out to the right-hand side, and they try again with Mancini. Working down that far flank. It's a side where George was saying at half-time they're dangerous. But a ball played in, good header away by McConville, and he does well. He actually doesn't concede the corner, he only concedes the throw-in.
Yeah, again, Joel, Price has got to be more aware of what's going on around him. You know, they're players playing 1-2 and he doesn't see it happening, and he's always sort of getting late to the event.
This could be a cross that Northern Ireland will have to defend, which they do. Devlin clears it away. The crowd encouraged the shot from Calafiori. He was about 25 yards out. It's easily gathered by the goalkeeper.
We're going to trouble him then. But I mean, we were talking about it at half time, Joel, and you know, when you think about it now, Bradley and Ballard in this side, God, I mean, it would have been some difference, wouldn't it?
Donnarumma shovels one away, left-footed.
Could you imagine?
I think he hit him in the back of the head.
Yeah, he did, but I mean, it's not it's soft, you know. Players disappoint me so much these days, Joel. They just go down for anything, like, you know. But the point I was trying to make, you know, could you imagine if Bradley had been bombing up and down that right wing? God, he would have caused them some problems, you know.
Angled pass from Locatelli.
No, great touch.
It's a brilliant touch. Low cross into the penalty area. Brilliant from Paddy McNair. What a header.
He needed that because Ortega was right behind him, and it was free inside the 6-yard box. There was only one place that was going. It was a great header.
Politano again, it was that man on the right hand side who put the cross in. A little spell building up, you feel, just for Italy, up towards Keane. Then he throws himself down.
That's a booking, Joel. The ref knows he dived, and he knows he's dived. I don't know why he didn't book him.
It's a great throw by Charles, by the way. Pierce Charles out, gets Northern Ireland going at the other end. Then referee blows the whistle, gives the free kick to Price.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was, Joel. But we'll take it. We'll take it.
Bastoni's not complaining. He's putting Price up again.
Oh, maybe he did then. You know.
Great early throw by the goalkeeper. He does. He just catches his heels. Yeah.
Come together, wasn't there?
But well done, Pierce Charles. Got Northern Ireland on the front foot quickly. The free kick feels a long way out for a shot, and it's central.
Too central, Joel. So they got to move this some way. You know, they got to get an angle so you can get it in to attack the ball, because it's. I mean, I guess really.
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo do well to beat Donnarumma from this range, wouldn't he? I mean,
what would Soboslai? Would he have a go, Joel?
Well, he probably would. To be fair, he's one who would. They've taken it short though.
Yeah, that's what they needed to do.
So Galbraith lifts it into the penalty area, and it's headed behind. Is it for a corner? Yes, it is. Goes behind, bounces out. There's an Italian defender who was,
I think it was Bastoni again,
trying to keep it in, but ball goes behind for a corner kick. Can you imagine, John?
Don't.
Can you imagine? Two hands in the air, short corner. It's worked now to Devaney, and then eventually the cross comes in. Out comes Donnarumma.
I don't know why he didn't catch it.
Punches it.
I mean, he's on his own. I mean, to me, Joel, that's too complicated. Just cross the ball in. You know, I mean, we passed it 3 times out there on the touchline before the ball came in. It's just overcomplicating things. You get a good delivery onto the box, and you put your money on your centre forwards to win the header.
The referee saying, "I'm on top of this, time wasting, carry on." Hume's going to take a long throw. I've no idea why Donnarumma didn't catch that. He's punched it out. He's given Northern Ireland the throw and level the 18-yard box.
And he was under no pressure, Joel, to be honest.
Could have caught it. Yeah. Hume's long throw into the box, flicked onto the penalty spot. It's a blue shirt though that brings it away. And it's Barella who plays it out. He's giving it straight back to Galbraith.
I don't know what Keane was thinking, Joel. I mean, the ball was going to Keane. He left it.
Here's Charles. Good pass in the feet. It's a heavy touch from Donnelly. Donnelly's down on the ground. Italy bring the ball away. Referee's played the advantage. Might break here for.
Oh my God!
No! It's been given to Retegui. He's won a moment ago.
No, he's too much.
Brilliant from
that's a foul.
Charles. Superb.
Well done, referee.
Heavy touch from Retegui, but Spencer getting back to make it difficult.
Yeah.
Brilliant from Spencer. Yeah. Courageous from the goalkeeper who's down. and Northern Ireland survived what could have been a disaster for Terry Devlin.
Yeah, he's tried to knock it back, Joel, and it's hit, I think, was it McConville?
It's hit one of his own players.
Yeah, and that let Ratighi in, but you're right, Spencer makes a great challenge on him. He's you know, and Charles come out and smothered it anyway, but I mean, this is definitely a foul. He's late into him, you know, and he's gone through him, Joel. I mean, that's a booking if nothing else. I mean, there's times, you know, when the goalkeeper and the player gets it at the same time, but Charles had the ball almost in his hands and he's just gone straight through him.
Well, Dan James has scored for Wales. They lead by a goal to nil. Remember, Wales then, if they win, will be at home to the winners of this game.
And that's you can't allow for that, Joe.
No.
You know, that's just something that happens, and you know, either your luck's with you or it's not.
Referee says that's not a foul. On Galbraith, for think he could be in again. King goes himself. Brilliant save by Charles. Low down to his right, pushes it away for the corner. Gattuso's trying to get the crowd up. The Italians sense this could be the spell in the game when maybe they get the lead. But it's a brilliant save by the goalkeeper.
And this is where you need your big players now, Joel, you know, to get the team galvanised again.
Stand tall.
Exactly. I mean, the save's brilliant. It should inspire the defenders. A great save by Charles.
Stay strong. DeMarco takes the corner. Headed up and not too far away. Helped further clear. Ball breaks for Northern Ireland. It's two Northern Ireland players. Devlin's one of them, running out towards the far side.
Yeah,
he just
that's all he could do, Joel.
Nobody else.
Yeah,
really.
he had no do there, and he's just put it as far away from his goal as he could. Now we've got to get ourselves set again. You know, the game's got a little bit scrappy here. We've got to get our shape back.
Italy sniff a little bit of blood. Cross in towards the back post area, headed down, and the shot from the edge of the area from Tonali, sweetly struck, flew past Pierce Charles. The header down at the back post from Price, straight to Tonali, and the Newcastle United star rifles it into the net.
Well, I mean,
relief in Bergamo.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted anybody coming onto that, you wanted Tonali. But I mean, the cross comes in, and I don't know what Isaac Price is thinking. You know, he heads it straight back into the middle of the field, and he's just stood onto it, and he's buried it. But that was, again, we've given the goal away, and I don't know what Charles is over the fourth official, or the assistant referee over there for. I don't know what he's complaining about. But look at the header, Joel. I mean, what is he thinking?
The worst area of the pitch that you can ever head the ball down into.
I mean, all he needs to do is let that go off the side of his head and go out for a throw in on this bottom side here. But well, again, Joe, it's a great strike, but at the end of the day, it was put on a plate for him.
Got to make sure it doesn't get any worse than one. That's what needs to happen now for 15 minutes.
That's the problem, yeah.
So Italy lead by a goal to nil, and Sandro Tonali, who was an injury out for the game, missed the derby against Sunderland at the weekend. He scores the opening goal of this contest. Pierce Charles, who'd been involved in the last 2 or 3 minutes, unable to do anything about it.
No, he made two good saves coming out to the feet, you know, of Ratighi, and then the shot, which he got round the post for the corner. Two brilliant saves, but he had no chance with that one.
So it's Wales-Italy at the moment as things stand.
Well, at the end of the day, you know, things are made clear, Joel. Now we've got to go and get a goal.
And Italy, of course, will now be in no rush. I mean, complaining.
Yeah, and at the same time, Joel, you know, we
every team would do it.
Yeah, we can't rush now into getting a goal, but we need a goal at some stage here, you know. So as the game goes on, you know, we're going to have to take more chances. But the last thing we want to do, you know, is to crumple now and give away a second goal. Oh,
I was lucky for
he's lost it again.
Like, Donnelly's pulled down.
No, that is a booking.
I think it'll be the first card of the game, will it?
Yeah, he's got it down, rightly so. Again, Joel, they're not great, you know, and you know, maybe if we have a wee bit more belief and a wee bit more conviction going forward, you know, we will get a decent chance.
Bastoni, first name taken by the referee.
He's dodgy, Joel.
Denmark have scored a couple of goals, John, in the second half. 2-0 up.
Good bit tough game for the Republic if
the
they hang on there.
The Republic are still 2-1 up. Slovakia 2, Kosovo 2 now. A free kick for Northern Ireland.
Donnaruma's come.
Yeah.
He's lucky there wasn't a white shirt on there.
He then retreats. Galbraith puts it into the penalty area. It's retrieved by Northern Ireland, and they're going to have a throw in on the right hand side.
Yeah, Donnelly tried to feed it through the charges, making that forward run, but
what a game this is. Slovakia 2, Kosovo 3 now.
Oh my God.
After an hour, 5 goals. 2-0 to Sweden against Ukraine. Wales won up, as we said, and of course Italy won up here, and Turkey beat Romania by a goal to 0.
Oh, good play.
Here's Hume. Oh, still going Hume. Past 3 of them.
He was taking a little bit too far, Joel. He should have got that ball in the box.
And now all of a sudden Italy had the chance to break, and they go backwards instead, which is good.
That's good, that's right.
Retegi didn't turn and run forward. They are running forward now down the right hand side again. Politano involved once more. And then Northern Ireland win the ball back, and it falls kindly for Spencer. Spencer's running out of options. That's it was a lucky break, I think, for Northern Ireland. There was a heavy touch that broke for Charles. Now Spencer on the left hand side. Shea Charles again back to Spencer. An hour gone. Italy lead by that second half goal to 0. Galbraith back to Charles. Charles to Galbraith. It's lifted in by Spencer, too near the goalkeeper. Easily claimed by Donnarumma.
Yeah, they're far too close to him. Taking too long, Joel. Too many passes out there. The Italians are set at the back, and the cross comes in, and it's easy for Donnarumma.
It's been a long wait for a goal against Italy for Northern Ireland, John.
Yes, it
Last goal for Northern Ireland against the Italians was Billy McAdams in Bologna in 1961.
Well, we definitely need one tonight, Joel.
Billy McAdams, of
in
course,
this game.
who was famous for scoring a hat-trick against West Germany and ended up on the losing side. How's your luck?
Amazing, isn't it?
So we're back to walking pace again.
Yeah. The thing is now they're going to dictate the pace, and they won't mind whether they're at walking pace now, Joel.
Well, one back by Spencer. So Galbraith under a little bit of pressure.
Charles done brilliant there because he was sold.
Body swerving,
everywhere.
Possibly a nutmeg after it as well. He's been the best player in the pitch.
Yeah, and I think we're going to need something from him to get us back into the game.
Galbraith, it's just a heavy touch, but he's got it back again. Galbraith, he just can't get a shot away. Here's Charles, level with the edge of the 18-yard box, the right hand side, back to Devlin. Charles again. Here's Galbraith. Galbraith back to goal, gives it to Hume. Hume trying to make an angle to get it back to Galbraith. He does eventually. The sliding challenge comes in, and it's a throw-in for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, it was good play. The Italians are closing them down, Joel, here in this corner in front of us. But they kept passing it, kept moving it, and eventually they got the throw-in here.
Throw-in on this near side, which Hume will take. He's almost in front of that little section of Northern Ireland supporters here, with 1,300 of them in that one area. Just under 25,000 packed into this stadium in Bergamo. Hume throws it in towards the near post off an Italian head. And then it might break for a price. The referee spots an infringement, and he gives a free kick.
I don't know what he said there, John, was it? I didn't see it, but we're just not getting to the second ball when the throw-in comes in. They're winning the first header, they win the second header, and eventually getting it cleared.
At that stage, maybe now thinking about the bench.
Yeah.
We did say earlier, John, didn't we? We were out. We were saying, you would take 1-0 down with 15 minutes to go, and then throw the kitchen sink at it and see what happens. Roll the dice.
They roll the dice, then, Joel. They can't go for it too soon. They don't want to leave themselves open at the back and lose another one. And we know that even at 1-0, they're not the best side in the world. And if the pressure gets to them, they could start making mistakes. And we've got to be prepared to be in the game at that stage.
I'd be brutally honest, John. I'd fancy Wales at home against this team.
Without a doubt, I don't rate this side at all, Joel. And we were making the point just a few minutes ago. Bradley and Ballard in our side would have made this a totally different game.
Esposito is coming on centre forward, and Federico Gatti is also coming on, who's a centre back by trade. So who's going off? 21 for 19. So Bastoni's going off.
Now that's not a shock, Joe.
That's because he's been booked.
Yeah, that's not a shock.
So sensible. Gatti on for him.
Raguti, is it?
Oh yes, he's gone off. Retegi's gone off. So Gatti's on for Bastoni. And we have
Esposito
for Retegi. Oh, they like him, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
He's the lad that scored all the recent goals, scoring 3 of it these last 4 games. 6th cap, 3 goals. So he's one to watch.
Do you remember, Joel, when we were doing was it the Euros, and I didn't fancy Greece. I'm afraid to say this about Italy in case they come win the World Cup. But I can't see it.
Yes. That famous night when Greece qualified and George was sent off. Good of you to bring that up again.
That's right, yeah,
George is still winning on his free holidays from the Greek Tourist Board. What was your line that night? It's a waste of a place at the Euros. There's not a chance this Greek team will do anything at the finals.
Yeah.
That's why we pay you the big bucks, John.
Absolutely, Joel, yeah. And I actually drew them in the draw, and I couldn't sell the ticket.
McNair with a header. Oh, it's gone back over his head.
It's offside, Joel.
The flag's up for offside against Tonali. So, free kick for Northern Ireland inside their own penalty area. 25 minutes to go.
The game's flown by, Joel.
It has.
It really has, And, apart from the goal, it hasn't been a nervous night for us, and that's why it's so disappointing, And again, it's a forward in a defensive position, and it's a poor header, and the ball was put on a plate for Tonali, and it was a tremendous strike.
Goes Galbraith. Ball breaks for the home side now. Here's Keane away. On a gallop. Right side of the penalty area. Drills it low. Good save again by Charles.
Yeah, he's done well.
It's the second duel they've had, and it's 2-0 Charles.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Joel, it's probably maybe a little too wide for Keane, but he got the strike on, and it has to be saved, and it was a good save by Charles.
Here's DeMarco. Pushes it down the left hand side. Tonali stumbled, didn't control it, then he throws the ball away. Shea Charles is saying, what are you going to do with that, referee?
He's saying, there's the ball there, go and get it. And look, the sub won't even give it to him. Look, no, he's got to book the sub.
So the Italian substitute just kept hold of the ball. Pierce Charles then had to go the whole way over to the corner flag to get it off him.
Oh God! I had a laugh, Joe, at the cup final when Ben White went through the guy for juggling the ball. And I said, that's a throwback there. And now you've got sort of substitutes not throwing the ball to the goalkeeper. It's so petty.
Quarter of the game to go. Italy lead by a goal to 0.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland haven't really had their big chance yet. If they're going to get one,
we've always said, Joe, you're always going to get one.
You just need to make sure they're only one down whenever it comes.
Yeah, that's right.
Price.
Good ball, switched the player right across here to Hume.
Finds Hume. Hume is inside the Italian half, right footed, tries to play it in.
The angle's not right, Joel. No. He's got to go out here to
Shea Charles. Oh, it's his worst touch of the game.
It was his worst touch.
He's given the ball away to Barella. And then it's well won back by Spencer over on the far
he's
side.
He's done well because he lost his footing, Joel, but he managed to recover again. Because that could have been awkward had he not got back on the ball.
He's had a decent night, Spencer.
Yeah.
McNair out to Brodie Spencer on the far side. Paul Smith's coming on. 2 goals at the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Bit of pace as well, Joel,
Well, he's had his shooting boots in recent days, so hopefully he can pick up where he left off on Saturday.
Great play. The problem there, unfortunately, Joel, I think, was that Devlin didn't realise he should have went. Charles was the football playing and he played the ball in, but Devlin should have went earlier for it,
Well, here's an attacking change. Devlin off, Paul Smith on.
Yeah, that's a good change.
Substitution for Northern Ireland.
That's
off. Number 2, Terry Devlin, to be replaced by 11.
It's the first positive move.
Yeah.
first move at all from Michael O'Neill, of course. Italy went like for like when they made their changes. Throw down the line straight onto the head of Spencer.
And he switched Spencer, and is it Devaney's over there now on the left hand side, Joe, is he? I think he is, isn't he?
We look at that, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Smith straight away, trying to get involved. And then the ball's played against Smith. Tonali now has it. Little layoff. It's good play from the Italians. It's the best passing move of the game from them. Calafiori's got forward, plays it into the penalty area, and then it's
terrible touch
against DeMarco.
Yeah, terrible touch from DeMarco.
And it's going to be a throw in for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, Spencer's come over on the right hand side, Joe, and Devaney's going on the left hand side.
Shay Charnes in the referee's ear. Referee saying to Spencer you should go back a few yards. Galbraith's dropped in alongside Charles in midfield, and Smith is playing up top along with Price and Donnelly. One for Smith to chase. Cushion ball back to Donnarumma.
Oh my God!
Almost giving it away straight to Donnelly.
That was
and it bounces off Donnelly.
Such a bad pass, Joel. Donnelly wasn't even aware of it, you know.
Just there was enough pace on it to make sure that he couldn't control it, and it was going to bounce off him.
Yeah.
Oh, Donnarumma. Not as comfortable or as composed as he thought he was going to be. So, into the last 20. 70 exactly played.
Yeah.
1-0 to Italy in Bergamo. Remember, the Republic leading by 2-1 in Prague. Wales winning by a 0-0. Kosovo are now winning 4-2 in Slovakia. It's 3-0 to Denmark against North Macedonia. So it would be Denmark going to Dublin in the final for a World Cup place. Albania and Poland's now 1 each. Sweden 2-0 up against Ukraine. And earlier today, Turkey beat Romania. Remember, the finals are played on Tuesday night, but the unlucky losers have to play each other in a friendly, which is horrendous. Totally pointless. Horrendous for everybody. Ball still in play, according to the assistant referee. He probably looked down the line and saw Gattuso. Keane tries to force his way through. Good defending though in the end, but it is at the expense of a corner.
Yeah,
but again, it's good from McConville.
Good defending from McConville. You know, when it comes to the two men beside each other, Keane is a big man, but McConville was strong there and got it out for a corner.
Rory McConville's only 20.
I know.
Magnificent he's been tonight.
And he's getting better, Joe. You know, we've said that to quite a few of the players now. You know, they're growing into that. And
3 international starts in a row now for him.
Yeah.
27 starts at Norwich this season.
That makes the difference, Joe. Once you get established in your own first team at club level, like the makes the international games a lot easier for you.
DeMarco from Inter Milan on another corner, left-footed towards the near post again.
You know,
maybe a chance of a shot from outside the box. No. Barella goes to the right hand side instead. Northern Ireland have kept everybody back, and they're going to have to defend another corner.
And it's the same corner, Joel, every time. You know, I mean, they know they're getting joy from it, so they're not going to change it, and we're doing nothing to prevent it.
Politano has gone over, but I'm not sure he's going to be allowed to take the corner. DeMarco has.
No, he's going to whip it in again, Joel, isn't he?
He ran the full width of the pitch, so there's no way he's going to do that and not take it himself. Is it going to be another near post corner from Federico DeMarco? Here he comes, left-footed again towards the near post, and it's headed off the line by Hume. Great header from the substitute Esposito, and Hume from underneath his own crossbar heads it up and over and away for another corner.
I'm flabbergasted by this, Joe. I just don't understand why we don't get anybody in there.
It's every corner.
Every corner. I mean, they're looking to put that in there, so you put your best header in there.
Here we go again. DeMarco.
Here they come. There it goes again. Look.
It's not as good a delivery.
Wasn't good. It went over the first guy.
Conville got it away. He's going to get another go. DeMarco cross in, headed away by Charles. and then a volley which is blazed over into the crowd. That was very, very, very ambitious from Nicolo Barella. He has scored 10 international goals, in fairness, so he's one of the players who played in the last meeting in Belfast 2021. Stephen Davis and Michael O'Neill having a little chit chat.
Yeah,
maybe thinking about the next sub.
Exactly, Joel. You know, we've got to try and get something going here. The game's got scrappy, we can't get it into it.
Last away sub to score for Northern Ireland, Gavin White in Luxembourg in a friendly in 2022. Last competitive away sub to score, Josh McGuinness in Vienna in the Nations League in November 2020. Josh has 3 goals as a sub coming in away games, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're going into the last 10 minutes, Joel, and you're going to throw them on, then you've got to make sure that you're launching balls into the box at every occasion, and you've got to do it quickly.
You don't even have Ballard to play as a makeshift centre forward.
No.
Smith's been caught by Locatelli, the man with the gloves. So, free kick for Northern Ireland inside the Italian half. And while it's only 1-0, and it's 15 minutes to go, it's that scenario we talked about earlier today. 1-0 down, 15 minutes to go. So
they're going to feel it, Joe. You know, it's only natural that
give it a lash, John.
Absolutely.
Shea Charles is trying to pass on some sort of a signal. This free kick is very close to the halfway line. It looks as if it's going to be delivered long. There's no real short options. Goes to the angle of the 18-yard box.
I mean, I don't know. I've said this over and over again. To me, that's an easy ball. I mean, it's a poor cross from the free kick. It's gone right straight out for throwing on the forehand side. But for me, if as a defender, I'm standing there saying, yeah, go ahead, throw that in there. I'm going to win this all day. And I keep saying it, you know, in different commentaries. If you move that ball 5 or 6 yards, everything changes, Joe, and I give you a better angle. You know, the defenders have got to find out where you know, if you're as a striker have moved. But just to stand there and hit a dead ball in, it's just too easy to defend.
It's a foul throw, surely, is it?
You don't know what a foul throw is, just like you don't know what a handball is now, Joe.
Italy make progress down the right hand side. We'll have another throw in.
Yeah, this is sitting under the ground, Joe. You know, it's scrappy. There's not a lot happening. You know, they're not doing much at the minute, but we can't get on the ball.
Italy, who finished second in their World Cup qualifying group behind Norway, who are going to the World Cup for the first time in 28 years, would you believe?
That's incredible as well. You know, there's some teams that haven't been there in a long time, some good sides.
Erling Haaland scored 16 goals in the campaign, but Italy, who finished second behind them, are currently eyeing up a game in Wales on Tuesday night. Winner takes all to go to the World Cup finals.
You can imagine, Joe, the Millennium absolutely jam-packed, you know, against that strong Welsh side. I know who my money would be on, but again, I didn't think Greece were going to win the Euros.
Italy in their own half. Happy to give it to Calafiori.
Considering like they're 1-0 up, Joe, the crowd is really quiet again, isn't it?
What, it's anxiety.
Yeah.
Yes. Are we going to blow it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Tonali's goal separating the sides as we speak. Here he is on the ball, turns away from danger and releases it to DeMarco. DeMarco puts the brakes on as Spencer gets back at him, and he finds Locatelli out towards the right hand side, appeals for a handball or waved away. It was Mancini who was the Italian player who was close to seeing the ball hit his arm. And Politano happy to come back once more. Italy giving the impression at the moment that they're happy to hang on to the one rather than go for the two.
I think they're
it's a better pass forward, but well defended. Good long leg from Rory McConville.
Yeah, another good tackle. Yeah, I think, Joe, you know, they're happy to keep it at this pace, you know, and try and draw Northern Ireland out, make a little bit of space, you know, further up the field. You know, every free kick, throw in corner, they're going to take forever, which you can understand.
So lovely little thing. Politano knocks it in the penalty. Overhead kick from Keane, and it's wide. Thought it was in.
I'll tell you what, Joel, if that had gone in, that was one of the best goals I've seen in a long time. You know, it's the best throw-in, set piece I've seen.
Reid and McGuinness are coming on, John.
Yeah, well, I thought that, it's going to be pace and power up front.
Yeah. Donnelly's going off.
Brodie Spencer.
So Price is on, McGuinness is on, Reid's on, and Smith's on. So it's have a go, isn't it, John?
Basically, it's have a go, yeah. Now you've got White now, is basically sort of the right wing back.
Yeah, Smith's gone wide right. Josh McGuinness
and
absolutely
left,
right through the middle.
Yeah.
It's lifted forward towards Keane again inside the penalty area. Goes past McConville, hits the inside of the post, and that's it.
That's it.
No sooner had Michael O'Neill made his changes, but Italy get the second goal, and Moise Keane manages to find the inside of the post and then the back of the net, and Italy are off the wheels for a showdown for a place in the World Cup finals.
Yeah, we made the substitutions, Joel, and we just couldn't get ourselves set. I don't think we knew who was going where. I mean, we were trying to work out, where the players are going to fit in, and it was a poor ball into the box. We didn't defend it well. Probably the first time I think that McConville was caught. And Keane just, I don't think he knows he's in the back of him, Joel. He's let him go. His first touch was good. He's cut inside him. That was a great finish off the post on the far side. But, if you watch it again, Joel, McConville just doesn't get anywhere near him this time. And that's unfortunate, They played better than that.
If only the referee had blown his whistle for that free kick.
Yeah.
But he played a good advantage.
Yeah.
But Gattuso's nearly on the pitch at the minute. He's hyper.
And rightly so, Joe. He's definitely under a lot of pressure.
Whoever would have thought, John, that we'd see the coach of the Italian national team who played at Seaview in Kirk Hunter's testimonial.
Yeah.
There's already an Italian coach at the finals, John. Fabio Cannavaro, who's the manager of Uzbekistan these days.
Right, yeah.
He's at the World Cup. So, let's hope the walls don't cave in here, John, because as you say, they played really well for 75 minutes. So
at the end of the day, Joel, it doesn't really matter. The scoreline doesn't really matter now. I mean, they were unfortunate. I think again, it was a good finish from Keane, but he shouldn't have got the room that he did. And Tonali's goal was a great strike, but he shouldn't have been able to, pick up a ball in the edge of our 18-yard box with nobody near him. So that's disappointing.
And Northern haven't looked like scoring.
No, we haven't looked like scoring. The best move of the match was the overhead kick by Keane, and that didn't go into the net.
Hume comes forward, finds Smith on the right hand side. Back to Hume. It's a poor one from Reid. So given away.
Well played. Charles did well to get back there. He's a great player.
He's been brilliant tonight.
He's a great player.
Have to be people watching this performance tonight from Shea Charles at bigger clubs than Southampton.
I'm amazed that he's not, no disrespect to Southampton, but I'm amazed he's not playing in the Premiership. He's got everything.
Hume,
that's too close. So it's not even
straight
close.
Out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah.
Double chains then coming up for Italy.
Tonali's going off.
Nicolo Pizzini is coming on. And Marco Palestra is coming on. Thinking about the final, John, maybe already.
Yeah, I would think so. Get players on, give them a few minutes to play, and rest a few others. It's not surprising he's taking Tonali off. He's probably one of the better players, Joel.
Arrived with a bit of an injury as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Trying to work all these groups out. Denmark are 4 up, so they're definitely through. So Denmark away to the Republic of Ireland as things stand. on Tuesday night. Republic still leading by 2-1. Kosovo are beating Slovakia 4-2. So that will be Turkey away to Kosovo, who have never qualified for the World Cup finals, in that final match. Poland are 2-1 up against Albania, and Sweden are 3-0 up. So Sweden at the minute will be at home to Poland, and then, as we've said in the top one, Wales against Italy. So that'll be your big finals.
Yeah, you got to
Tuesday night.
You got to think
as things stand.
Yeah, you got to think Italy's got. Wales have got a great chance, Joe, wouldn't you?
You would think so. Meanwhile, Northern Ireland will be going to Bosnia for a friendly.
Oh, that's the last thing they want, isn't it?
McNair to McGuinness. Tries to get it down to Charles.
That's one he's got to make it stick, you know. Charles has worked very hard as well defensively. You know, he's been great going forward, but you know, look, Joel, to be fair to Northern Ireland players, you know, you can never fault them for effort. You know, sometimes we just don't have the quality, and certainly in terms of you know, goal scorers, you know, we had 2 or 3 decent breaks in the first half, and it was just the wrong ball they played. The final ball was the wrong ball. And that's where you need good players. You know, when you get chances that are few and far between, you need good players that are going to take them.
McGuinness. And it begs the question now comes, is this Michael O'Neill's last competitive game as Northern Ireland manager? It's a friendly, obviously, on Tuesday. What happens at Blackburn?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
At the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Northern Ireland will play 2 friendly games. I think they're obliged to play 2 friendly games in June before the World Cup.
There's a decision, Joe. I don't know, maybe you've seen that before. Smith takes the throw in from the wrong spot, and the referee gives it to them.
Yeah.
Is that a rule change?
Yes.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know
been
that.
in place for a while, John.
Is it?
There's all sorts of rule changes coming at the World Cup. You'll never keep
Joe,
it.
no chance. I mean, like,
VAR will check corners.
Oh, I know. I've seen that one. I think it's about time.
Second yellow
cards.
Yeah.
Those are 2 good.
And there'll be all
moves.
sorts of introductions of changes around time wasting.
Yeah.
The question is, why would you not? If somebody is sent off as a result of 2 yellow cards, why are you only checking the second one?
Yeah.
All the first ones are
exactly,
pretty grim as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Northern Ireland on the attack. It's cleared away over on the far side by Locatelli. And then the referee, he's blown his whistle, and Italy get a free kick.
It's a soft free kick, but it probably was.
Czech Republic have equalised 2-2 in Prague.
God.
Extra time and penalties could be coming for Nicola. Hopes his brother. Wales have been pegged back. Bosnia have scored an equaliser.
Oh my
Wales
God.
1, Bosnia 1.
Dear me.
Extra time is coming, and possibly penalties. And here comes DeMarco. Almost found Keane. DeMarco again tries
Conville did well again, Joe. You know, it wasn't.
DeMarco once more. He's had about 3 goals at this in this phase of play.
Oh, what a touch!
Oh, it's brilliantly pulled down, and then it's a heavy. It was a great touch.
It was a great touch.
Palestra,
yeah.
And it was a terrible touch from Esposito.
Yeah,
and it's a goal kick. There's a song about Esposito. Oh no, maybe it wasn't about him. It's about something else totally. Well brought down by Reid.
Yeah, it's just too many players around him.
Loses it again. Galbraith wins it back.
Get a goal, you know. Get a goal. Well, we've got maybe 3 minutes plus injury time. I mean, if they get a goal, Nigel, they'll panic, won't they, big style? But unfortunately, we just don't seem to be able to carve out any sort of chance this second half.
If Wales throw away that semi-final,
oh my God, yeah,
they will kicking themselves.
Yeah.
Although the good thing would be we would be going to Wales instead of Bosnia for a friendly. I'm just thinking logistics.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Moise King goes off. Round of applause. He had a couple of sighters, didn't he? And
he did, yeah.
He had a good overhead kick. He brought 2 great saves out of Pierce Charles, and then he eventually got his goal.
Yeah, he was a lot better in the second half, Joe, I have to say.
It's all about that hip-hop album, John.
I must listen to it.
That collaboration with 19F. That's
a great play by
19
Charles
F's.
again.
It's a window seat, isn't it? It's not a mile, is it?
Again, you look again, Joe. It's almost
the same free kick.
Same free kick in again, and we're just doing the same thing again.
The one that Shea Charles a few moments ago hit straight out for a throw in. It's
the corner
almost
flag.
in exactly the same place.
Yeah.
And Dermot O'Carroll and Michael O'Neill are trying to get some sort of instruction on, and they're not sure. Charles clips it up, and then it's nodded down towards Reid. That's maybe what was meant to happen the first time.
Yeah.
But Italy cleared away. A lot of the Italian fans are heading for the exits. They think the job's done. Not as nervous as they were at half time.
No.
And it's going to be another playoff disappointment for Northern Ireland. At least, John, you're not talking about a referee, though, which is the positive.
Well, at the end of the day, Joe,
the Switzerland playoff.
Yeah, I think.
This is Hume. Tries to find Smith.
Yeah, that's a free kick.
Smith
That's a chance now. He's just down in that corner. You get a decent cross into the box. At the end of the day, Joe, I think this game was lost when we lost Bradley and Ballard and Ali McCann.
We're going to get the board here before the free kick's taken. I think. Maybe not.
No, doesn't look like
20 seconds before we get the board. The free kick is from the right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Northern Ireland players inside the box. In towards the middle of the goal. Pinball in there.
Oh my God.
Poked wide. 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's not going to be enough.
No, at the end of the day, Joe, that was a chance.
Unless they do Man United.
That was a chance. Bobbled about in there, and it could have went anywhere. Just. It must have been a deflection that took it past the post, otherwise it was going in.
They've taken the corner short. Back to Charles, right-footed. Plays it into the box, headed away. Falls to Galbraith. Helps it wide to the left-hand side. Charles again wraps his right foot round it, tries to put it in the box. Italy have enough players in blue shirts on the edge of the 18-yard box to clear the danger. And now the counter-attack could be on here. We're into the first of the 3 additional minutes. He's still running, isn't he? DeMarco down the left-hand side. A little nudge in his back, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, Trey Hume did well there. A little nudge in the back, and he touched the ball and went out.
DeMarco's just fallen down now, and he put his right hand up to the referee.
I'm not surprised. He's been up and down that wing all night, Joe.
Trey Hume's offering him medical attention. DeMarco's not convinced by Trey Hume's medical qualifications, and he's sent him packing. The referee then goes over and pulls him to his feet. He must be better qualified. Our Dutch policeman, he's a first aid badge. There you go. You see,
he knows more than Trey Hume.
Trey's GCSE in biology wasn't enough. So, playing out the 3 minutes of additional time. 2 goals for Italy in the second half. Going to be enough. Tonali and Keane, they've both been substituted, and they'll be down there looking forward to the final on Tuesday night, wherever that will be. Here's Charles on the right hand side, tries to check back, still has a charge inside the box, pushes it to the edge of the area,
and
it's
Price's chance, Joel.
Blazed over by Price.
Yeah, it was pulled back to the edge of the 18-yard box, and Tonali came on the one and buried it, and unfortunately Price just got underneath it and put it over the bar. It was a difficult one. Defenders are closing down. He's had to take it early, but he was lying back all the time and skied it over the bar. I think that'll be it, Joel, won't it?
Yeah, it could well be. The referee has asked Donnarumma to hurry up, take the goal kick. But we're going through the motions.
Totally ignored him.
Just about reaches the halfway line. Charges first to it again.
He hasn't stopped all night, hasn't he?
There aren't too many games you watch where you think that actually, really a player on the losing side should be the man of the match.
Yeah,
and he's been brilliant. The referee blows a whistle.
Is it? Yeah.
Was it?
No, he's got it offside, I think. Is it? Or a free kick?
Offside or a throw in or something. Taken short, free kick taken short by Hume. And with 10 seconds of the additional 3 minutes left. And then that will be that. Are we watching the last throws of Michael O'Neill's competitive reign as Northern Ireland manager? The referee blows the final whistle, It's 2 goals in the second half that send Italy into the final. Nice embrace between Gennaro Gattuso and Michael O'Neill, and I would say, knowing the man, Michael will be wishing Gennaro Gattuso all the best for the final. The first half, Northern Ireland made it really difficult for Italy.
They were outstanding, Joe,
Shea Charge was brilliant all night, but in the end, 2 bad goals given away, preventable, you have to say, both of them, and no real chances of note at the other end of the pitch. Italy make it through to the playoff final. They still haven't got over the hurdle. There's still one more game for them to go.
Still one more,
The last we heard, it was level between Wales and Bosnia, so maybe they don't know where they're going just yet. Extra time and penalties potentially to come in that one. But in Bergamo, without Bradley and without Ballard, it was a bridge too far.
It was, Joel. I mean, I'm very disappointed for them. The first half, I thought they were magnificent, without creating, any real clear-cut chances. And the second half, they did very well. That was my only fear, that that we'd give them a goal. And the header by Price, he just gets it all wrong. I don't know why. Whether he didn't see it late, but instead of it glancing off the side of his head and trying to get it out the touchline over there, he's headed it straight back into the middle of the goal, and Tonali was, in acres of room, and it was a great strike. And then the second one, we just made a couple of substitutions. We didn't get ourselves set, and it's the only probably mistake that McConville made all night. He'd lost Keane, and once he'd got that yard on, he finished it very well. But you can't fault them for their effort, Joel. Shea Charge, you rightly said, was probably the best player on the park, and the lads, gave their all. But the fact that we had lost, 2 Premier League players, and then Ali McCann on top of it, and after that, it was a mountain to climb at the start, and that just made it even more.
Okay, final score here in Bergamo. It's finished Italy 2, Northern Ireland 0.